Alrighty, so let's keep going with this. So we have the add front method that we defined in the last video, where we're able to add nodes onto the front of the list. First we added in 6 to our circular linked list, and that put it at the front because it pointed at itself. You know, if there's only one person in line, he is both the front and back of the line. Then we added another one in front, and that'll be this 4, which you see points to 6, and 6 points to 4 in turn. Well, if 6 is the last in line, it'll point to the next element that it points to will be the first in line, because it loops around from last back to the front of the line. Alright, so cool. And we had this add front method, which we discussed in that last video. Now we're going to write the add back method. So we're going to do it the same way. Public void. This one will be called add back, and it will accept an integer v. The start of the new methods are pretty similar. Node, new node is equal to new node. v. And the initial condition is the same because it doesn't matter which of these methods you use. If there's nothing on it, you're just adding the front and back to the list, right? If there's no one on the line, the first person up is added to the front as well as added to the back of that non-existent line because he becomes the line. Hopefully that makes any sense at all. So now we just need to worry about the else condition, and the else condition is pretty simple. We're going to say new node dot next is equal to last dot next. We'll say that last dot next is equal to new node, and then we'll say last is equal to new node. All right, so we'll also increase our size. We'll say size plus plus. All right, so how does this look here? Well, we create a new node, right? Let's say we wanted to add a node with the value of 7 to our list. Well, this new node, all your new nodes start off pointing to null. Just put that down for demonstrations purposes. But now we say, all right, new node dot next. So instead of pointing to node, have it point to last dot next. All right. So this null gets out of there. It's no longer pointing to that. And instead what it's pointing to is last, so this element, dot next. So the next value there. So this 7 will point to our 4. Then we say last dot next is equal to new node. All right, well last dot next was 4, but now we want to get rid of that. So this will take a long time. Actually, I'm pretty good. Oh, look at me. I'm just, wow, killing it. It's like tracing it perfectly, almost. All right, good enough. All right, so now this points to our node, and you'll see this again creates a loop. Obviously, it's not a pretty loop, but it creates a loop nonetheless. All right, let's clean this up a little bit, actually. We'll just get rid of that. Get rid of that. Good enough. All right. So what this in effect does, if we just plop that down there, that puts the 7 here, puts that in a loop, and then goes like this. But we have another step. Now we say that last is equal to our new node, right? So now this no longer points here, this points to there, because now this is the back of the line. All right. If you wanted this in the same order it was in before, let's just do this. If you want it to look pretty similar to how it did before, da-da. 7. That points there. Alright, where you ordered these doesn't matter because it's a loop, alright? You can have it be 4, 6, 7. You can have it be 7, 4, 6. Or you can have it be 6, 7, 4. As long as it maintains that order, it doesn't matter where you put it. But yeah, now this last is moved and is pointed to that 7. Alright, so that's the difference between add back and add front. Let's just very quickly try to put down the traverse method, and then we'll use this tomorrow. Alright, so we're going to write a public void traverse. Oh, and we didn't mention it, but of course when we add to the back... Oh, and I'm putting this in the wrong spot. When we add to the back, we increase the size because we're adding a value. Alright, so let's say public void traverse. We'll create a node called current. Then we'll say if last is null. Well, there's nothing to print on the list, so we'll just say system.out.println the list is empty, and then we can return. No, we actually don't even need to put a return in here. Alright, then we can say else. Well, else, we'll say current is equal to last.next. Alright, as we mentioned before, last is the last element in our list, and it loops back around to the front once you reach there. So last.next is the first element in our list. Alright, and now we haven't done one of these in a while, haha. But we're going to use a while loop. Specifically, we're going to use a do while loop. Alright, which is the same thing as a while loop, except for one crucial difference, which is that this is the structure of a do while loop. But the crucial difference is that you don't check the condition the first time you do whatever's in this loop. So whatever you do, you always do the first time, and then you check to see if you need to keep doing it. Alright, so we say do. What we're going to do is we're going to say system.out.print. We're going to print cur.value, and then we can put a comma space. Then we'll say cur is equal to cur.next. And we're going to do this while cur is not equal to last.next. Alright, so we're doing this while our current is not our first element. Alright, because we're printing out the first element, and then we're going to keep going until we've looped back around to that first element. Alright, so essentially what this will do, if I make, this will go to that first element, right? It'll say last.next is 4. So then it'll print out, it'll print out 4, comma. Then it'll go, all right, cur is equal to cur.next. All right, so first we have this temporary variable cur. It's pointing to that one. But then now it says cur is equal to cur.next. So then we change it, and now it's pointing to that one. And so that'll print out that value, 6. Then is it my first value? No. So then we'll do it again. It's pointing to that value. Prints out the 7 and the comma, technically. And then when that's all done, it goes to the next one, which is this first one again. And it says, well, hey, wait a minute. Our current is our last.next again. So we stop, and that's what's printed out to the console. Alright, hopefully this all made sense. We're going to implement this tomorrow. And yeah, there you go. Have a great day. Bye.